Greetings from the Arcturians, from God, and Arcturian 144 here. God and the Arcturians are asking me to deliver a message for the Turkish President Erdogan as the protests in Turkey are growing against him. And I'm getting Commander Ashtar of Ashtar Command, or Ashtar Galactic Command, is coming through here with this message as well. And also Jupiter Command. They're saying, we're all here. The Galactics are saying, we're all here. With you, meaning with me. And in my corner. I see. Thank you. I mean, of course, that's a message coming from them for me too right now. So they're talking to me as well here with that message, with that particular part of the message. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the news here. 2025 Turkish protests. I'm just looking at Google. 2025 Turkish protests. Protests began throughout Turkey on 19th of March 2025 following the detention and arrest of Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu. If I'm pronouncing his name correctly, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing his name, but I just checked and that's the pronunciation I'm getting. Anyway, Ekrem İmamoğlu and more than 100 other opposition members and protesters by Turkish authorities. So protests began throughout Turkey on 19th of March 2025 following the detention and arrest of Istanbul Mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu and more than 100 other opposition members and protesters by Turkish authorities. And this is a news headline from Reuters from 2 weeks ago. The news headline says, "Young Turks drive protests against Erdogan as new generation seeks change." And this news headline from CNN from 20 hours ago say, Turkey begins mass trials following protests over Istanbul mayor's detention. So, young Turks drive protests against Erdogan as new generation seeks change. That's the key point here, isn't it? That's the key point. The young Turks, the young generation, the young Turks are seeking change from the old guard, like President Erdogan. They don't want it anymore. They don't want President Erdogan to be their president anymore. The young people are sick of him, is the message I'm getting right now, and that's what I'm channeling right now, is the message I'm channeling right now. That the young generation, the young Turks are sick of you, President Erdogan. You're watching. Because if you weren't watching, then how would I get blocked in Turkey? Why would my videos on Prophet Muhammad and Aisha movie campaign would get blocked in Turkey? And I've already done a video message on this a while back, in which I also told you, and a few other Muslim countries' names also came up because they were blocking my campaign videos on the making of Prophet Muhammad and Aisha movie as well. And in that message, I told everyone including the Turkish president, President Erdogan, that you are under God's judgment because of blocking me and because of blocking my videos on the making of Prophet Muhammad and Aisha movie campaign. And that's why you are under God's judgment. President Erdogan. And that's why all these protests are happening, because this is the hand of God moving. And I was just talking to God and the Arcturians and Commander Ashtar and Jupiter Command. They're all here around me. That, you know what? This must have been brewing anyway. Like, this situation must have been brewing in Turkey anyway. So how is this God's judgment for President Erdogan? And what they're telling me and what God is telling me is that it's God who is bringing this situation to come to a head. It's God making this situation to come to a head. And so, President Erdogan, witness the hand of God moving in your life in this way, because you are under God's judgment. You are under Allah's judgment. And that's why these protests are coming to a head now, because this is the hand of God moving in your life, because you are under God's judgment, President Erdogan. Why are you under God's judgment? Because you blocked me in Turkey and you blocked my videos on the making of Prophet Muhammad and Aisha movie campaign in Turkey. And that's why you're under God's judgment. And now you can see it in your physical reality coming to a head, because God is doing this. God is making this situation come to a head, because you're under God's judgment, because you blocked me in Turkey and you blocked my video on the making of Prophet Muhammad and Aisha movie campaign. And so now, here we are. You are under serious judgment. You are under God's judgment, and you are seeing the evidence of it in your physical reality, in the physical world, through these protests coming to a head against you. And God is also saying, let the mayor Ikram Imamoglu go. Let him go. Let the mayor of Istanbul go. That's God's message for you, President Erdogan. Let him go, or you will be sorry. The Turkish people, and especially the young generation, the young Turks, want Ikram Imamoglu in power. They want him to be the president of Turkey. They want him to be the next president of Turkey. They don't want you anymore, President Erdogan. They don't want you in power anymore. They want to oust you. And you will be overthrown if you don't step down voluntarily. We're going to leave this message here. Over and out.